Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Forian. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm just waiting for my co-host.
Good morning. Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Good morning, James.
Hey, looking forward to the episode. Should be a really insightful session.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna give it a minute or two to allow people to roll into the space. I'm very excited, and then I'll start with the intro, and then we'll go into the questions that we have prepared. We also want Forian and the ENS Vision team to interact with the community. So we are going to have a Q&A session. So everybody here can ask questions to the best marketplace for ENS that will ever exist. For those requesting to speak, I apologize. We will not accept the request until the Q&A session, which will be around 12:30. So we will have like 30 or 40 minutes of discussion before we open it up to the community. All right, let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special episode for ENS Academy. We're hosting the ENS Vision team, Furian and Zero Zero. If you'd like to come up, we'd love to have you on the panel. But before that, let me introduce you all. If there's any newcomers to the space, introduce you to ENS Academy. ENS Academy's mission is to accelerate the adoption of ENS worldwide. We bring ENS experts and entrepreneurs to share their knowledge with the global community. Our goal is to educate, support, and empower anyone that can benefit from this technology. We believe ENS to be an open public utility that belongs to the community. ENS Academy aims to be the place where we can all learn the fundamentals, skills, and possibilities of ENS. We hope to provide focused interviews and content that will add value to the community. We upload all our spaces to our podcast. You can follow us or subscribe on iTunes and Spotify. We also have, we launched last month a forum that the community can utilize to interact with all these amazing ENS tools and ENS topics. Uh, and with that, I'm going to hand it over to James.
Hey, guys. I was wondering a few things on the marketplace, right? Like, what has surprised you the most about the marketplace since you launched? I mean, I'm sure you have access to a lot of data, a lot of metrics, and without revealing anything, confidential or proprietary, from a high level, what surprised you the most?
Well, I'm not sure. We were not surprised actually at all. The only surprise was actually respond from the community. That was a surprise. We thought that the marketplace is going to take more time to get active listings on ENS names, but the community reacted really, really supportive and friendly, and a lot of people from the community listed their names cheaper on Ens.vision than on any other marketplace, and I'd really like to thank all of you that did that. That was the best form of support you could actually provide to Ens.vision, and we are extremely thankful for it. So if I would have to choose something that I would call a surprise, that would definitely be the response and the support from the community, and yeah, definitely that. It was just mind-blowing how many people listed their ENS cheaper than on other marketplaces. It's like we're all one big family and everybody supports us.
Well, just adding to that, when you talk about community, can you describe like how global is ENS? Like, would you say it's primarily spread out all over the world, or there are certain dense geographic regions, say for instance Asia? When you look at the demographics, like, is it really like an incredibly global community?
Well, in general, yeah, the community is global, and we have users on Ens.vision from all over the world. However, most of our users come from North American continent, so United States and Canada and Europe. But then afterwards, Australia, New Zealand, China, some Arabic countries, in minor percentages, like 80% of all 85% of all users come from United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The rest is from China, Arabic countries, Korea. There is a Japanese community supporting us too. So I would say global, even though the crypto in general is mostly spread through US, Canada, and Europe. But still, like I said, almost every known country. We have a lot of support from Africa too. So I'd say global, but it actually shows the general adoption of crypto world too. So yeah, like North American continent is leading, but all other countries are following, and that's actually a really, really good sign for the mass adoption of crypto, and especially mass adoption of ENS.
Well, I was just imagining when you think about certain countries like India, China, I mean, each with over 1 billion people, just the impact that one country like that could have, right?
Yeah, true. I would love to see more users from China and from India. Uh, it- that, but that's a tricky thing, and that's a thing of marketing. And first and last, it's a thing about crypto adoption in general. So I believe that in future, the more population, especially from China and from India, uh, could change the face of the crypto world and the face of ENS world as well. I mean, those are two biggest nations by population in the world, so we would love to see more mass adoption in China. However, we saw some government regulations in the past couple of years in China and India, changing laws and everything. So it's the whole crypto market is still quite unstable in those countries. But I would definitely love to see mass adoption, because 1% of Chinese population, if adopt crypto, that would mean like getting millions and millions of users, and that's just incredible, and it would do all of us a lot of good in crypto and in ENS.
Yeah, and just adding to that, it's not that they're, acquiring crypto, they're acquiring NFTs, which from a regulatory perspective is a totally different dynamic and should make it a lot easier and facilitate more adoption than if we're talking about crypto.
Yeah, it does, I agree. I mean, um, there are a lot of things that all of us could do, and in NFTs and in ENS is also considered as NFT. uh, I I there are more people involved in NFTs. A lot of people are involved in NFTs just because they saw some news about some people getting really rich. The general motivation should not be making easy and fast money. The general motivation should be do your research on what can crypto, NFT, and ENS do for you, and how can you actually help with the mass adoption. So yeah, the NFTs were good, but the bull cycle in NFTs, JPEGs, was had like its peak, and then some of the collections actually remained valuable. Some of the collections got rugged, but they definitely helped for crypto adoption, and pushed a little bit of ENS adoption as well, because there are some people that trade NFTs or collect NFTs that actually got into the ENS after the NFTs. That was like almost like a natural order of things. And they actually figured out that ENS has much more utilization than a regular JPEG with a digital signature. And I think in long term, we could actually connect the general NFTs like JPEGs to ENS, because ENS is your identity, or JPEG can be only your flex, your collectible, or your asset to make a profit.
Well, that's a really good distinction. So, in your mind, ENS is more on the identity side, and the PFP JPEG is more on like the flex uh, perspective. You like that's how you view it.
Yeah, correct. I mean, any JPEG can be your PFP, but your ENS is something more. It's an engine inside of a car. So you can have a great car, but if it doesn't have an engine, you can just show it. You cannot do anything with it. If you use your ENS as a NFT trader, for example, or NFT collector, if you use your ENS, your identity is very clear. So everybody will know that Furion.eth has like 100 of JPEGs that are valued for a lot of money, and they can be sold or bought on a certain marketplace. On the other hand, flexing your, I don't know, any JPEG at all. I don't own any JPEG NFTs. I bought maybe 2 or 3, actually, just to help out people that were looking for any, financial aid. But I'm not a collector of JPEG NFTs. However, that doesn't mean I won't be that in the future. But definitely, yes, like if you have a PFP, people will recognize you through your PFP. But if you have an ENS, it's your identity. Everybody on Twitter knows me as Furion.eth. Nobody knows me by my name, Sasha or nobody knows me by my PFP, you know. Even if there's someone new, you know, asking where do I get some info, who's the, I don't know, OG or something on Twitter, you will not get my Twitter handle. Somebody will give you like Furion.eth or ENSacademy.eth, I mean, or 00coins.eth. Nobody will look for your Twitter handle anymore, especially in the ENS community.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the identity layer that ENS is creating is just so powerful and so much needed that we haven't seen anything like it before. You know, and you will have your Instagram handle or your Twitter handle, but that not many people recognize you with that, and you can change that. But your .eth, if you stick to it, it becomes your brand. It becomes what you will that will carry you into Web3's economy moving forward. And I think you know, your timing, it can't be better. You know, and for the, just to kind of reset the room for the newcomers that maybe you somehow you haven't heard about Ens.vision yet. Ens.vision started by giving value to the community, but for free, basically creating this analytics website that collected all the different collections that were popping up and gave us insights and analytics on these collections, and made it easy for us to look at the data and find out how they're performing, but also started allowing us to bulk register domains and started rolling out features little by little. I mean, your execution was so perfect that I don't even know how your operation, the way you guys are handling this business is just so amazing. So I just want everyone to know and go check out Ens.vision. And you know, I can't even if I will use the whole hour to just list all the different things you guys are doing and offering. But I want to give you the chance to highlight anything specific that you guys are working on or you want the people to know. Also, on some other spaces I joined and heard you talking, you gave really good advice for ENS traders and ENS to the ENS community. So I would love to get some of the best practices that you think we should adopt as we move forward.
Yeah, thanks. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for all the kind words towards Ens.vision, and I would love to invite people to ENS Academy forum. Ens.vision has a thread on that forum, and we would love to use it as a kind of FAQ, frequently asked questions, because there are a lot of questions in our support and support tickets that keep repeating themselves, and on forum thread, like on ENS Academy's forum, I already posted a lot of tutorial videos for the newcomers to quickly learn how to use Ens.vision for and our tools, from bulk register, from listing and lowering prices or canceling your listings on the Ens.vision Marketplace, and so on. And it would be amazing if we could get more people to use ENS Academy forum, so they can find all the answers there. Like I posted, I don't know, I think 9 or 10 really short and simple videos, but also you can always ask a question on the ENS Academy. A couple of us have notifications turned on, so whenever a certain question will appear, we will try to respond as quickly as we can. And the most of the questions, especially for the newcomers, so we don't have to reply again and again and again on the same question, I would definitely suggest to use the ENS Academy forum and thread about the Ens.vision. There are a couple of us there that will answer to any questions. there are also a lot of people supporting us and knowing everything about our tools and everything we provide. So even if one of our core team doesn't reply quickly, there will be someone from the community sharing the info, sharing the personal experience, and that would be the best way to actually get more newcomers on board. I'm also, inviting people that do some educational content. I see Bishara here in the audience. Bishara did a great work on basic educational content on ENS in general and on Ens.vision. And there are a lot more people from the community that could actually help and share the knowledge and the experience about ENS, about Ens.vision, about some other projects, even our competition. I don't mind. Competition is healthy and good to improve the quality of your products. So definitely, please come to ENS Academy Forum. We will share all the knowledge here, and you will have all the answers about ENS and Ens.vision on one single thread. It could help you a lot to get on board quickly, to find out more, and to get into the ENS family.
Oh, thank you so much for yes, absolutely. I just pinned a tweet. I just pinned a link to the Ens.vision help link, so you can go on there, guys, create an account and ask any question. And we're expecting the Ens.vision team to post updates as we move forward in this space. So please go ahead and check out our forum. Back to you, James.
Yeah, I think one of the most interesting developments in the space was the fractionalization of ENS names by some of the exchanges. Would love to hear your thoughts on that, because I'm thinking the exchanges have so much money, so much access to resources, customers. I mean, they're really at the center of the industry. And what we've seen so far is like proof of concept, right? That there's incredible demand for it. And it's just been like far more than what people may have thought. I mean, I think the first time it was done, it was sold out in like 4 seconds. Um, so, would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think the exchanges coming into the ENS space, and both NFTs and ENS space, we have seen some attempts from Coinbase. We have seen that Huobi Global Exchange has started talking to ENS Core, ENS DAO. So yeah, they're coming big time. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of things, but they don't have an ear for the pulse of the community, because exchanges are big. They're corporate. They are not like small teams like Ens.vision is. You will not get so much response from a big machinery like that. They have their own projects, and that is really cool for ENS in general. I just love the thing. Love to see that you are able to sell your ENS on Coinbase NFT, even though it doesn't have any volume or activity. But there is KuCoin, the Huobi came. So if the big money is into ENS, that's just one more confirmation. Big money, big companies, they have huge research departments. They have huge resources in general to do the research from the business side. That's what is missing in our communities. We have individuals studying business cases of ENS, but when you actually see a corporation or exchange or whatever in with value of billions of dollars actually investing in ENS, you are receiving some kind of confirmation that ENS is in general on a good direction, and big exchanges will not invest tens and hundreds of millions of dollars into something that could be rugged, or it could fail in a year or two. So from that point of view, definitely I really enjoy seeing big money coming into the ENS. What they will definitely have a deficit of is members of the community collecting first-hand feedback. I think that's one of the ENS visions, one of the main characteristics of ENS vision, because we do a lot of interaction with the community. I actually started doing some social stuff for ENS for free. I started a Discord group almost a year ago. Today, our Discord server has more than 2,500 members. But I always try to listen to all the feedback we get, like suggestions, criticism, ideas. It's good to stay firmly on the ground and listen to the people from the community you grew from. So that's the disadvantage of big systems. And the advantage, of course, is their resources to do the research or to create any long-term plans and funding. Of course, we would love to have a couple of 100 millions to develop ENS vision. Just kidding. So
Well, I think if anyone deserves the funding, it's you guys, really. I mean, what you did for the ENS community and the ENS space is unparalleled. There's nothing, no one else, that's offering the services and the value that you're giving the community, right? I'm always on there. I probably spend half the day just looking at and you constantly adding things like I wouldn't think of, like you have a list of holders, you're listing all the holders for each collection, so we can see that data there too, and it's just awesome. So I'm looking forward to what else you guys will be building.
we're just using the transparency of blockchain, so we actually don't publish anything that you couldn't check by yourself. But yeah, we do collect a lot of data and just provide to our users, and that was the first and the general idea when we started with the bulk search tool. When we started with the bulk search tool, we didn't have any plan on monetization whatsoever. We just wanted to provide a lot of data and a lot of help to any ENS enthusiast, reseller, buyer, shiller, collector, whatever. We're all just ENS family, and we will continue to provide as much data as possible. So our general goal is to have ENS all in one on ENS Vision, and soon. I know we're lagging with some stuff. You wouldn't believe actually how many of us is in the team. You would probably be really surprised to know how many developers and how many people in general are part of the ENS Vision team. But what I wanted to say, we will keep delivering more and more analytics and data in general, and to make every ENS enthusiast or collector or any ENS user in general, we want to make it easier and user friendly to handle your 1 or your 2000 ENSs. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys are also very generous. The fees on your platform are less than any other marketplace. So you can actually list your ENS name, and when the sale happens, you guys only take 1.5%, while OpenSea takes 2.5%. And not only that, what I really like is that the feeling of security, like safety, that I get when I'm using your platform. I'm not going to, when I'm looking at the 10K collection, for example, I know I'm not gonna buy a name that has an L or an I in it, for instead of a one. Like I can trust that I'm buying from that collection, and so that's actually very powerful. Not many people talk about that, but you eliminated that fraud aspect that we're seeing a lot of people lose money on OpenSea.
Yeah, well, to be completely honest, the categorization of ENSs on Ens.vision is the hardest, toughest task we ever had, and it's we're still working on it. Soon we will provide a different solution for categorization. So we will have categories and we will have clubs. And the thing is, we will handle the categories. They will be more real life oriented, and the clubs will be 100% community. So the clubs will be completely be in the hands of the community, and the categorization of certain ENS will be handled by us. So we will, keep working with the community with all the club suggestions, and we're at. It should be out in a couple of weeks. We are doing our best, but categories are really, really difficult, even just on English language. And let's not forget Arabic language, Chinese Mandarin, Chinese Cantonese. Let's not forget Spanish, French, Italian, German. There is so many languages, and we would need like a team of 10 or 20 linguists, almost like a team that creates encyclopedias. So that was the hardest task, and it all started with the 999 English Club and 10K Club. When we released the dictionaries for those two clubs, and after that it just started growing by itself, and people started asking for more and more and more to be listed as a club on Ens.vision. So we have a lot of clubs now. We will have even more clubs, but in the future we will make it easier. uh, we will still do the GitHub submissions for clubs, but we will also allow people to tag their ENS with, I think, maximum 3 hashtags. So it will be easier for us to categorize your personal ENS. And on the other hand, there is not so many people that could actually handle a GitHub request, even though it is quite simple to submit. Still, it would be better if you just mark your name with 3 different hashtags, like, I don't know, I'll say like automotive or fashion or tech or crypto or metaverse, hashtags like that, and that will help us out sort all the names listed and suggested on Ens.vision.
Wow, that's powerful. I didn't know you're doing that. That's gonna be really good for all of us. And what else are you, if you can't share yet, that's completely understandable. But I know the name wrapper is coming out. What else is on your roadmap for 2022?
Well, to be honest, we have roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years. So we will not stop surprising our users, and we will not stop building our long-term plan. Well, to the end of the year. First, I'll just say a couple of things that you could expect in the next couple of weeks. So, first of all, the Telegram notification system. It should be out in a couple of days. You can actually have a Telegram account without using your phone number, so you keep your privacy or anonymity. You can open a Telegram account with a username and actually receive notifications about bids or sales or offers on your Telegram account. After that, well, actually in the next few days too, there will be bulk offerings. We will do, bulk bidding. There will also be bulk renew tool. As I already said, we already have prepared the premium sniper. That will be a premium feature for actually sniping premium expiry domains. We're still waiting on the wrapper for the subdomains because we have prepared some things for that, but we still need to wait for the final solution from ENS DAO, and then we will finish it up. And because my belief long term is that subdomains could do much more for mass adoption than the actual ENS names themselves, because if you have a certain, let's say Grail, and you can create millions and millions subdomains on a certain Grail and charge for it less than an actual ENS name, it could go really well through mass adoption, through exchanges we talked about a few minutes ago. You could, I don't know, let's say, for example, you could, have some certain brand like Nike, and you could actually, I don't know, buy a Nike product in a shop. You could pick up a subdomain. You can, screen a QR code and claim your subdomain on I don't know, like example, Furion.sneakers.nike.eth, and you'll get it for free just because you bought a product. And that is actually the main tool to get people into mass adoption, to make it a lot easier for newcomers, for for people who don't understand at this time what ENS is. So that's why we have a certain focus on subdomains. It's a long-term plan. Don't rush with subdomains. You don't have to rush it. You just be you have to be like a hunter and get focused on one really good, big win. You don't have to, like, when subdomains come out, you don't have to like register thousands and thousands of subdomains. You could actually, I would actually recommend to get a good Grail domain, not to sell it, and then try to think long term, like 5 to 10 years, maybe sooner. I don't know, but I'd definitely do. I'd rather have a plan for 10 years and realize it in 2 years than the other way around, plan for 2 years and then turns out it takes about 5 to 10 years to actually realize it. So yeah, in general, not just the subdomains, but the names themselves. I mean, I know a lot of people, register for shits and giggles or just for fun. I registered quite a lot of names just for fun because it was cheap to spend like $5 or $6, $7, $8 for a domain name. And I am aware that most of my domains probably not sell ever or for a lot less money than I initially thought. Let's get back to Ens.vision plans by the end of the year. So yeah, definitely subdomain app with different options for parent or root names owners. So the owner of the root domain of a single ENS will have more than one option how to actually list their name and how to charge for any subdomain created on their root domain, and how to handle it. Do they want to sell it? Do they want to rent? How to define and how to sell them. After subdomain market, there will probably be a lot more tools to handle, like I mentioned, bulk renew, set up avatar. As you can see, every couple of weeks we have some major update, and I apologize to our users for not announcing stuff because we kind of like to do a silent release so we don't get the hype right away and we have more time to actually react, to respond to any bugs, any reports. So whenever we silently release another tool, we just leave it there. And one of the best things I actually get from the community is when I get a DM on Twitter or on Discord. Hey, when did you release that? It's amazing. Why didn't you announce it and stuff? And I actually enjoy getting feedback like this, and it's much easier for us not to pump everything, not to hype everything, because as I said, we have a 4-year plan. We're in this for the future. We're not in this for the easy and fast money, and neither should you be. That's one of the advices I always like to share to all ENS users. Don't come in if you want a quick flip. Don't 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 invest the money you don't have for something hoping that you will flip it in a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Don't. If you like gambling, go to the casino. If you like investing, thinking long term, strategy or plan, or support the community, if you really want to grow, don't gamble. Do your research, check trends, every information we provide on Ens.vision. That's just current situation. People need to realize that there is a little bit over 500,000 of unique wallet addresses owning 2 million ENSs. That's nothing. 2 million ENSs or 500,000 of unique wallet address. That means maximum 500,000 people. That's a small city. That's not a country. That's not the world. As James mentioned, China and India. What is 500,000 of people in China or in India? That's a big village, nothing else. So we're still early, and I would also ask a lot of influencers to to be careful when they mention that you could get rich on ENS. Yes, you can, but maybe 0.1 or 0.01% will. The rest of us will just, flip couple of domains, like a huge percentage of ENS names we own will fail, or we will sell it really cheap, or we will keep it for years and years to come. So this is not financial advice. This is just my personal opinion. If anybody disagrees, I respect that. But if you really, really want to see your name succeed and bring you profit, then you should think long term. You should plan that you will have to extend that name, maybe once, maybe 1 year, maybe 2, maybe 10 years. Plan that. Don't plan that you will sell your 4-word ENS name for $100,000, because you're not. That's my advice to all the people. Don't rush. Do the research, do the math. Everything we do now, we're just selling things amongst ourselves, mostly. Like 99% of all ENS is being sold on OpenSea or any other marketplace. On Ens.vision especially. Ens.vision is mostly followed by more or less experienced ENS users. Ens.vision newcomers don't use Ens.vision. They start using it after some of the more experienced users recommend to use Ens.vision. So this is so early. We should be more careful when we are onboarding newcomers, to explain to them that it's 1992 and the .com is coming in 10 years. That's almost, it's not the same story, but it has a lot of common subjects to think about. So this is the technology that will be in commercial use in 5 to 10 years. If we would have like 5 million users now, like that's almost 10 times more than we have right now. If we'd have 5 million users, 5 million unique wallets owning 10 million ENSs right now, I would still say we are very, very early. So yeah, I'm sorry, I just wandered away a little bit from our plans for the future for Ens.vision this year. So let's just get back to that. I apologize. I'm a little bit emotional about everything.
Well, I think you gave such good advice. We really need to hear it. You're right. We need to think long term. We need to think about these best practices that you're sharing. You're a pioneer in this space, and I urge everyone to follow Furian and learn from him, because, like you said, we might have, like Master says too, that having a big bag of ENS names is a liability, right? You're going to have to renew. There's a cost for renewal, and be a hunter. Like you said, be a hunter and find that good grail and use it to then make money. But also, there's other opportunities for everybody here. ENS is this technology that we can build on top of, right? Like, imagine Excel from Microsoft when it first came out. Not many people were using it at first, but now you can't think of a business that doesn't use Excel, and it's revolutionized the way we do business around the world. And I think ENS is at that level. It's actually a lot more, because it is an identity layer for Web3. But yeah, these best practices are exactly what I wanted you to share with the community, because we have to set the tone, we have to set the baseline, and that's great. I'm glad you straight off, and you did answer the question, and I pinned to the top, guys, a post by 00coins about the new features that are coming: bulk listing, bundles, import listing, Telegram app, and they also have a chat feature that's they integrated with Nifty Chat, which is a great Web3 chat tool. So you can actually message anybody that you're interested in buying their domain, or working together on building on top of their domain. You can just use that chat feature.
Yeah, correct. We actually started collaborating with Slobo.eth and his project of the Nifty chat. Before that, we had the BlockScan, the Etherscan chat, already implemented on Ens.vision, but um, uh, I'm I'm dissatisfied. I'm not happy. People are not using free tools provided for the communication. It's it's completely free. The BlockScan chat or the Nifty chat. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to log in with your wallet and send message to anyone you want. And the thing is, if you find a listing on Ens.vision, you can actually contact the owner, privately, without completely private, and discuss, I don't know, a sale or a bargain or something, just between the buyer and the seller. Not you don't have to post anything on Twitter. Look, who's the owner of this? How can I get in touch with that owner? And to actually, for example, if you see that I have like 4 or 5 domains you like and you would really like to buy, we all know that some of the names sell for a minor part of the actual listed price, and that happens. But for example, if you want to make a deal with me for 4 or 5 or 2 or 1 domain, you can actually contact me through the Nifty chat, and hey, I like your 4 domains, could we do a better deal on it? Because not a lot of people have like Twitter profiles attached to their profiles on Ens.vision or OpenSea or LuxRare or whatever. But on Nifty Chat, you can actually reach out to any wallet that has any ENS listed, and not just on Ens.vision, but also on OpenSea, on LuxRare, and on X2Y2. And in the future, I think Ens.vision, that's kind of tricky for some people, that they actually don't understand why do we aggregate links for free to other marketplaces when we have our own. And that's just giving back to the community. We don't have anything, any fees or any commission or anything. We don't actually make any money from aggregating links to any other marketplace, but we want to provide data to all of our users. And that's why if you go directly to OpenSea and find the name you like, and you want to contact the owner of that name, and if there's no Twitter handle or anything, you cannot contact that person. You can copy paste that person's address and look for it through Etherscan or BlockScan chat, and be hopeful that that person will actually log in into the BlockScan chat and check out if that person did someone actually reach out. And it's much easier this way. You can come to Ens.vision, you can find the name you like, and you can try to contact that person through direct chat on Nifty chat. So there are chat rooms in Nifty chat, but also you can directly contact any wallet that has any that Ens.vision has any data on. So if there is a name registered, even if it's not listed anywhere, you can still find the contact and try to contact that person through Nifty chat. And I would really, really love to see people using it more, because a lot of us talk about Web3. How about we start using it actually?
Absolutely, that's so powerful. So that's what's making Ens.vision that one place, one hub for anything ENS, and I really appreciate all the development you guys are doing. Now we're really short on time. I'm going to open it up for the community. So if you have questions for the Ens.vision team, we have Furion and 00 Coin here. Please request so we can get your questions through. And back to you, James. Do you have any last questions for the team while we wait for requests?
Yeah, I was just going to say thanks so much for giving us a much broader perspective, like specifically about the time horizon. I think, we have a tendency to overestimate the short term, but underestimate the long term. And your points really helped bring that into focus. That let's really take a step back and think about it accordingly.
Absolutely. Football UK, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for having me up on stage. I hope that everyone's keeping well. Recently started to dive somewhat deep, or at least I think so, into ENSs after a good friend of mine, John Wayne from Puerto Rico, after he started to show me that there's so much more than just a domain. One of the things that's really tweaked my interest is the fact that through the use of subdomains, we can look at building businesses from our domains and keep them as assets. And we don't necessarily have to flip them in order to be able to realize any profit from them. I understand that there's tools in the making currently. And my question today was, I was just wondering if there's any kind of insights or any heads up as to how long we're expecting the time frame to be before subdomain tools become mass available. Question directly to Ens.vision, because your platform is by far the best that I've played with so far. So yeah, I'm super keen to find out any alpha if there is any available, please. And just one more thing, just thank you very much for everything that both Ens.vision and everyone else who's building in the ENS space has done so far, and for everything that's to come, because it's the possibilities are just mind-blowing.
Thank you. The subdomain tool really depends on how ENS DAO or ENS core development delivers. So I cannot have any time frame. We're still, we're watching closely the development from ENS DAO, and keeping informed, but the real time frame, it's I'll actually tell you a developer's joke, if you don't mind. Does anyone know a developer's joke? Because it's not finished yet. So I believe I answered you that we have some things prepared on subdomains, but still the final word comes from ENS DAO, and when they provide solution and when they release, I assure you Ens.vision will be among the first to deliver subdomain tool.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I rugged slightly whilst I was listening. Unfortunately, I'm out of the house at the moment, but I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to tune in whilst I could. But no, that's brilliant. I'll have a look into ENS DAO. I'll get involved with that community as well, because the way things are being released just silently or quietly, I think that's an absolutely brilliant way of doing things, because as it was said previously on this space, it gives people the opportunity to help iron out the creases and to get rid of the bugs, sort of whilst things are less well known. So that way, when the word starts to spread about new features, things have already been polished. So yeah, just well done to everyone who's working in the space currently. And yeah, I'm excited for what happens in the future. Thank you guys for having me up.
Thank you. And with that, we're at time. Zero, we haven't heard from you. Is there anything else you want to add before we close the space?
No, I just want to say thanks for having us on. Furion spoke eloquently, so we'll just let him finish up all the technical questions. I just want to thank the community for all the support, and that's about it. And I'll come back next time if there's more questions. I'll just listen to Furion, so that's about it. Thank you.
Yes, Furion did such a good job. We really love this episode. There was a lot in there. I urge the community to listen to it again. We will upload it to our podcast. Yeah, please subscribe to our iTunes and Spotify links. Also, before we close up, I want to announce we have a space tomorrow. We actually have two more spaces this week. A space tomorrow with 513. The topic will be .eth domains are digital property on cyberspace. So it's going to be very exciting, very thought-provoking. And then we also have the asteroids theme on Thursday. We have Neiman, who created the Web3 kind of repository for websites. So please check us out, join our forum. I linked for the Ens.vision forum. They have a bunch of tutorials on there. So if you're new and you want to learn the best practices, please go ahead. And you can also reach out to them on there, ask questions, and those questions will be there forever for all the newcomers for years to come to learn from. So again, thank you, Furion. Thank you, 00. And I hope to have you more on our spaces to talk about all the future developments you guys are working on. I mean, 4-year plan is amazing. That's a very good way to build a company, and we're very excited for you guys.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having us, and it's always a pleasure. So I will always find time for ENS Academy spaces whenever you invite me. I will gladly be a guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow, guys. See you on our spaces. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.